frickin' woodpeckers pecking behind us like ta 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 ta.
These Earthworks are not on any tour. Nobody knows about them.
I want my ashes to be sprinkled.
I am not sprinkling your ashes here. They'll be kept in an urn on my mantle. Charge! Charge! All right, today we're on the Bloody Angle Trail, or Bloody Angle part of Spotsylvania Courthouse battlefield. Doing a hike here. We call history hike. We got Bone Crusher back there. We're gonna do probably maybe 2 miles in the park. Show you some of the stuff along the way. Bone Crusher, how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. It's a great day, beautiful weather. It's good to be out.
(1864) Battle of Spotsylvania Courthouse. Pitted General Lee against General Grant. Grant's second battle in Virginia. His first battle was Wilderness #2 as he started doing his series of flanking maneuvers on his way to Richmond. This was battle #2. We should be cooking some steaks soon.
Yeah.
Good. We're coming out of the woods here. I'm going to be getting into the actual field where the Bloody Angle battle is set. So you're going to see some pretty nice views here in a minute. Just to get oriented a little bit. So the Union Army was sort of to your left. The Confederate and the Bloody Angle were over there.
Really beautiful when they have the mud.
Yeah. A lot of people out today, for sure. These earthworks over here, these Union earthworks on my left, are very well preserved. You can see just the overall height. They got to be at least 4 or 5 feet tall at this point here. 5 weeks ago, Lisa broke her arm backpacking in the West Virginia mountains. So we've been doing a couple of shakeout hikes. This is our third little shakeout hike, just to kind of get us back, kind of get over the fear. How's it feel right now, the arm?
Arm feels pretty good. 3 weeks out from surgery, so it's still pretty sore and working on rehab right now, which is the hard part, getting it to start working again.
Seeing the Bloody Angle from afar again, just like before. We're just basically paralleling the line. We're going to be heading over to the ruins of a house that was here, a farm called the Landrum House. May 12th, 1864, 20,000 Union soldiers were here. We're walking a little bit through the backyard of the old house. Kind of an unofficial park trail. It's not a real on the map trail, but it's one we know about. We're just going to kind of do a wraparound on the battlefield so that we're kind of more in the woods, bushwhacking. Still on that bushwhack cut through trail. It's really going to just pop us out in the middle of the field along the tree line, but we're heading down to a creek here. There's some private property off to that side there, so we need to avoid all that. So we're going to take a little break here in the woods just to the east of the battlefield, but we're going to sit in our little Flexlite, REI Flexlite chairs. We really like those. I bring them on almost every little day hike, even if we're just going for a couple miles. You never know when you're just going to want to sit down and take a break. Over there is my Exos 58, which I also bring on every day hike. We backpack with the Exos 58 sometimes, but I find for the longer trips, sometimes it's a little small, but definitely great for day hikes. This is our break. because we can. We brought a, oh, it's a Chardonnay, little Vendange. It's not the greatest quality, but when you're doing little trips,
It works in the woods.
you know, we're just gonna have a little bit, just to wet the whistle, in honor of all the fallen dead here. So they died that we might enjoy the freedom to do exactly what we're doing right now. So on our bloody angle hike. Cheers to the soldiers fallen on both sides. Spotsylvania Courthouse, battlefield, bloody angle. To them. That's when you say to them.
To them.
Supposed to be both of us. To the
Down.
soldiers.
To the soldiers.
With respect.
Definitely.
That was the part where you drink.
Great vintage. Nothing like a good box wine.
This is not bad. If you're gonna do box wine, I recommend maybe a Chardonnay, and
Yeah.
you know, you don't have too high expectations on that. You're just gonna kind of drink it
It's actually not bad.
more like a fruit drink. I was gonna say these Flexlights are pretty comfortable. We've had them for a few months now, and we were looking for chairs. We just decided we were tired of sitting on rocks all the time when we were backpacking and hiking, and logs were on the ground. We decided, you know, that extra weight, was it a couple pounds, pound and a half?
Right at a pound and a half, I think.
We decided that weight was worth it. Now the chairs are pretty comfortable. They are a little wobbly, so when you're getting in and out, you gotta be a little careful not to fall on your ass.
They do set low to the ground, so you have to be careful getting in and out of them as well.
We promised to show you Lisa's scar, so we will in a moment. Okay, so you ready for the scar? We're gonna show you the scar that resulted from the surgery which Lisa had on her arm to repair the damage that was caused when she fell on the hike 5 weeks ago.
Ta-da.
To pregnant women and children, should probably look away.
Look away if you
I was supposed to say that before we show it, but whatever.
Because it wasn't healing properly, they went in and put a titanium plate and 9 screws, and learning how to move it again so I can get out there and backpack again and kayak and do a lot of the other things that we like to do. We're on the bank of a stream, okay? That's how I look at it. We're in the beautiful trees, nature, frickin' woodpeckers pecking behind us like ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. It's where I want my ashes to be sprinkled.
I am not sprinkling your ashes here. They'll be kept in an urn on my mantle.
Cheers. Love you.
Love you too. Out of breath a little bit because we hiked up that hill, but heading into the big field now. These are old earthworks here. Nobody ever sees these actual earthworks. These earthworks are not on any tour. Nobody knows about them. And they're heading straight down towards the creek. You can see that. You will never see this anywhere else. How you doing, babe?
Oh, really good. Cross that log like a beast.
If we were part of the Union attack, we'd be sitting here in these trenches, and when they gave the whistle or the drum beat to attack, we would have to go that way. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to follow the attack.
Just to think, you know, thousands and thousands of men fought here, died here.
You also get a really good sense of the distance and the terrain. If you were called out with a drum roll to attack, you had a hell of a long ways to go. Today, you and I and Lisa, Bone Crusher, because of that.
My new trail name.
Bone Crusher is going to lead us into an attack of the Confederate right flank. Charge! Orders have been given to attack. We must attack the bloody angle at once. We are advancing right now. So watch us advance. Hopefully we'll survive. If I don't make it, I love you. Charge! 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 Okay, so it turns out it was only a flesh wound.
Thank goodness.
We both survived, but it's a hell of a flesh wound, man. She got shot in the arm. Luckily, I was able to patch it up real fast with a titanium plate.
Field first aid.
Not normally available in the Civil War, but you know, we're very advanced. It's a hell of a hike from the lines, the Union lines, to the Confederate lines. I mean, seriously, it's an all hill. We're out of breath. But it didn't help that we pretended that we got shot and did a charge and everything and ran. It's the real deal. It's interesting when you walk a battlefield and you can see, you feel more than just what you read about casualty numbers and dates, generals. When you actually walk it, it gives you a whole other sense of topography. Well, we're almost to the Confederate lines now. In fact, we are. Right here, the Confederate line. Okay, we're back behind Confederate lines now, paralleling the Confederate trenches, the defensive trenches. You see here behind me are probably some of the better, well-preserved Confederate trenches. Look how tall these are. We're not going to go on them. And we're going to get right here where you can see how tall those trenches are. Those are really, really tall. Before 160 years
later,
after the fact. What we're going to do is we're going to walk along the Confederate line back to the car. So we'll do a loop, probably about 2 miles. Not that that's a long amount of distance, but it's a great hike. You're going to see a lot of interesting things, history-wise. Saw a lot of nature. And if you're looking to do something kind of easy, but get a lot out of it, bang for your buck, time-wise, this is the one to do. There's a double line here of trenches, so you've got one right here, just behind the main one, which is over here, which tells you that they had a certain amount of troops here, probably feeding in replacement guns that are already loaded to the troops who are on the front line. I think that's what these little slots were. They have slots in the line to allow people to feed their way through. Confederate earthworks, well preserved. Staring down the barrel of a gun. We're at Spotsylvania Courthouse battlefield, the Bloody Angle. We're on Confederate lines. One of the cannons. Cannon, I guess it's plural. Don't stick your hand in there, you might break it. Bone crusher.
Yes.
Whoa, almost fell again. Bone crusher almost broke her another arm.
Almost rolled an ankle.
We're getting close to the end of our little, what do you call this? Bloody Angle history hike. Completed about 2 miles. So a little bit of fitness, a little bit of history.
A little bit of hanging out together.
Yeah, I mean, the heck else are you gonna do on a Sunday? This is just a quick little local hike that we could do to combine history, nature, and just hanging out with my honey, Bone Crusher. I don't have a trail name yet. I haven't earned it.
I do.
Bone Crusher earned hers from crushing her bone on a trail. So I guess I gotta crush something, be something crusher. Thanks for coming along this little ride with us. From Ott Mountain, I'm signing off. I'm Steve, and she's
Lisa.
Bone Crusher.
Woohoo.
Thanks a lot, and we hope to see you on the trail. Take care. Oh, gnarly! Charge! God.